Hey guys, how are you doing? Anthropic has just launched Cloud Design, a new way to create prototypes, presentations, and entire documents just by talking to the AI. The tool runs on Cloud Opus 4.7, which understands visual context and turns descriptions into ready-made layouts. You describe it, it builds it. It adjusts in real time with comments, sliders, and direct edits. Now, is the future of designers in danger? Well, I don't think so. Before we see how this tool works in practice, subscribe to the channel. That alone would already be great. Now, if you want to help even more, just click the join button, because then, besides supporting us, you can watch the videos without ads. Deal? So, let's get to the video. But before that, I want to show you a practical way to prepare for the future without having to stop everything you're already doing. Coursera is one of the biggest online education platforms in the world and works together with companies like Google, IBM, and Meta to offer courses that really matter in today's job market. And here's the most important point. These aren't just theoretical courses. You learn by doing, developing skills that companies are looking for right now. For example, on the platform, you can find complete programs like the Google Professional Certificate in Data Analysis, Project Management, and even Artificial Intelligence for Beginners. In fact, Google's AI program on Coursera was created specifically to help you apply artificial intelligence in your daily work, using real tools like Gemini and other modern solutions. In other words, you don't just learn how to use AI, you learn how to create solutions with it. Another strong point is flexibility. You can study at your own pace, fit the courses into your routine, and make progress without having to leave your job or completely change your schedule. And in the end, you still receive certificates recognized by major companies, which can really open doors for your career. So, if you want to stay relevant, grow professionally, or even change fields, this is the kind of skill that's already being required right now. So, it's worth taking a look at the link down below in the description and seeing how these courses can fit your situation and change your professional life. Alright, let's get back. Well guys, today I want to share with you this news that has just been announced by the folks at Anthropic. Listen up, presenting Cloud Design from Anthropic Labs. Create prototypes, slides, and one-pagers by chatting with Claude. Powered by Cloud Opus 4.7, our most capable vision model, and it's available in research preview on the Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise plans, being rolled out throughout the day. So, if it hasn't shown up for you yet, it will be available soon. So how does this work? Well, you just need to describe what you want. It's a separate tool that's integrated within the Cloud ecosystem, meaning it's not that Canvas system where you would type something and it would give you the result. No, now we have a dedicated tab for design. So you'll enter what you want there and the Cloud will build the first version. Then you'll refine it using natural conversation there, adding comments, drawing on the screen, making direct edits. It's very similar to what we have today in Google Stitch. But from what they're saying here, it's a more advanced way, mainly because you can export the content it creates. I'll show you in a moment. Here on the blog, they're saying the following, introducing Cloud Design from Anthropic Labs. Today we're launching Cloud Design, a new product from Anthropic Labs, which allows you to collaborate with Cloud to create refined visual work, such as designs, prototypes, slides, summaries, and much more. Moving on, even experienced designers need to be selective about exploration. There's rarely time to prototype a dozen directions, so you limit yourself to a few. And for founders, product managers, and marketers with an idea but without a design background, creating and sharing those ideas can be intimidating. So, to sum up, what do they mean by that? From now on, you'll have a dedicated tool in Cloud to create designs. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a tool. It's not here to replace anyone. Why? You'll have to talk to AI using all your knowledge to generate something that truly matters. Because if you just put in any random prompt and don't know what to ask for, how are you going to demand anything from the AI? So, that's the key point. Cloud Design is here as another tool for designers to use in their daily work. Well, and what can you do with Cloud Design? Realistic prototypes. Designers can turn static mockups into interactive prototypes. Easy to share for collecting feedback and conducting user tests without the need for code review or pull request submissions. Wireframes and product prototypes. Product managers can sketch feature flows to hand them off to Cloud Code for implementation or share them with designers for further refinement. Design explorations. Designers can quickly create a wide range of directions to be explored, presentations and pitch decks. Founders and account executives can turn an initial sketch into a complete brand-aligned presentation in minutes, and then export it as a PPTX file or send it to Canva. And also marketing materials. Marketing professionals can create landing pages, social media content, and visual elements for campaigns, and then involve designers to improve them. And finally, cutting-edge design. Anyone can create prototypes with code. Voice, video, shaders, 3D, and integration. So let's go. I'll show you now how to use this new feature. So, when you open Cloud, remember that to access this new tool, you need to have at least a Pro plan. Here on the side, the design menu will already appear. When we click, you are automatically taken here to Cloud Design. And here are some considerations. You have the prototype here, where you will give your project a name and then type in the prompt what you want to create. We also have the slide deck, which is used for you to create presentations. Once again, you will give it a name, ask the artificial intelligence to create something, and it will give you the result. From template, you can upload a template here and let the artificial intelligence do the work for you. And here in other, you start a project from scratch. So let's go. I want to show you first what I was able to create. I made a project here called Terra. How did I create this? Check out the prompt. Let's design an interactive chart with a dark theme showing how culture flows between cities. A spinning globe with cities connected by glowing paths. Before giving me the result, it asked some questions to know exactly what I wanted. Why? We have an agentic engine behind this tool. So it wants to know the type of project, what font I want to use, what the layout is, how it should behave, what the main functions it will have are. So you answer all of that beforehand. It will take a little while. In my case, to create this project, it took about 5 minutes, and it gave me this result here. Look how cool it is. See that I have my globe here with the cities, so I can zoom in and out. When I hover the mouse over here, it gives me the details of each city. The same thing happens when I click here on the side. I can change the color here in this adjustment panel. So, I can choose sky and green pink. And if I want to show the labels here or not, so I can turn them on and off. There's also the density here, rotation, globe style, sparse, medium, and dense. And up here I have the settings that I can turn on or off. When I click comments, what is it for? Let's suppose I want to change anything here, where it says umami, right? Because this application of mine is related to food. So I'm going to click here. It will open a little comment window. I'm going to say the following, change to natural flavor. That's it. And I'm going to send it to the cloud. What's going to happen? It will identify what I want to change and automatically make the change without affecting the rest of my project. So that's really cool because I can make small edits without having to start everything from scratch. I can also make edits here. So when I click here on edit, I can, for example, change the background color, the font size. So it's very similar to what we have today on Google Stitch. I can also draw. I have the draw option here. So I come here, make the drawing I want, and it automatically makes this change for me. And the export feature of this new tool is really cool. When I click here on export, see, I can download the project in zip format. I can export as PDF, PPTX, send it to Canva, export in HTML format, or download the code and open it directly in Cloud Code. So everything is integrated within a single tool. For those who work with design, that's really cool, right? Because since you have the visual part here, which can also be downloaded as code, you can set up the entire layout here, make the edits, the adjustments, everything properly, and then you turn it into code and continue over there in Cloud Code. Now I'm going to show you how to create the layout in real time. Here on the main page, I'm going to click on prototype. I'm going to give my prototype a name. I just put any name here, smartphone app. I'm going to create it. And now I'm going to type my prompt. Create a prototype of a mobile meditation app with a serene aesthetic. It should have calming typography, subtle nature-inspired colors, and a clean layout. Here I can add a design system, meaning if I have a brand or product, I can bring it here and ask for this new prototype to fit my brand identity. Or else I can add a screenshot, take a screen capture here, add it, and ask it to prototype based on that. I can also add a code base if I have one. or bring a Figma file here. Since I don't want to do any of that, here in the prompt field, I can select the AI model I want to use. So if your tokens for 4.7 run out, you can choose Sonnet 4.6 or even Haiku 4.5. I'll leave it on 4.7 and send my command. Once again, it's going to ask a few questions here to understand exactly what I want to create. If you're unsure, just click here on Decide for me. Then it will decide what's best for each application. Since I just want to demonstrate it to you, I'm going to put everything here on Decide for me. If you want to add something else that hasn't appeared here, just type it in this field. Once that's done, let's send the command. What is it going to do now? It will create a task list here of what it needs to execute, so you can follow everything that's happening in real time. So as the tasks are completed, it will check them off, and in the end, it delivers the finished project to you. I'm recording this video here during the launch of the tool, so each test I did here took between 5 to 7 minutes to be ready. It might be faster when you test it, but here I'm using Opus 4.7, which tends to be a slightly slower model. So it's taking about that long, between 5 to 7 minutes for it to deliver the layout to me. There, it's finishing up. But before that, it's checking here to see if everything is working correctly. Done, it's finished. So here I have the tweaks, which are the adjustments. So I can enable or disable them. I can modify the layout here. So here I have the light tone, a little darker, more greenish, and completely black. I'll leave it on the lightest one. It also shows me the font in case I want to change it. So I can choose here in real time and make this change. And I can also adjust the breathing space here. If I click here on begin, it will already start asking me to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So it's cool because it brings me not just a design, not just a layout, but all the pages corresponding to this layout. So this is very interesting because I can see everything working in real time to check if everything is right, just as I asked. Remember that whenever I want, I can make a comment by clicking here, then I make the comment and request the edit. By clicking here on edit, then I can select exactly what I want to change. Where it says Luma here, I'm going to change that to my name. I'm going to put Gustavo here. Done, I've already made the change. So I can do this manually. I don't need to ask the AI. When I'm here with the editing mode activated, I just need to click on it and then I come here, change the color, change the shape, add the name, remove the text, and so on. Or I can also draw, like I showed earlier. I can draw anything here and ask the AI to implement it for me. By clicking here on present, I can choose. If I want to view it in this same tab here, then it clears everything and leaves only the application. Then it removes the top and bottom bars and leaves only the application so I can see it better. Or I can also open it in a new tab. So these are all the options I have here to test my application. Honestly, on my first time using the app, I think it's a bit better than Google Stitch. Because what it gives you is already pretty polished. You have several editing tools available here to further improve your design. That's why I said that the design profession is not going to die, because it's no use asking it to create this for me if I don't know how to change it. You know when someone has money but no taste? That's it. It's no use creating a beautiful app here, and then someone asks me to make any kind of change, and I change the font. I don't know how to combine colors. My palette is all wrong, so it doesn't work. The idea here at Anthropic is to turn cloud design into a tool that helps designers, so they don't have to waste so much time prototyping. Why? This prototype here, it's ready. From there, I can interact further, I can edit, I can add tools, I can save in those formats I've already shown you, so the work becomes much easier. But that's my opinion. Then come back here in the comments to tell me what you thought about cloud design. So, what did you think of this tool? Does it help or get in the way of those who work with design on a daily basis? Let me know in the comments. Alright? I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Is a ghost and the moon is a dime.